Hey, Jill, come on. We're going to be late for the Crypto Blend live stream. Call Barack and Michelle, see if they're going to tune in and watch. We can see him chart Doggy Mundo coin.
Here we go!
This is the best president of the United States, Donald Trump, and when I'm not putting high tariffs into place, I'm watching Crypto Glenn. Only Dicky Duck.
We are late. The Crypto Glenn live stream has started without us. You fail me yet again, Stall Scream.
Jeez, I'm excited about this.
You're watching the Crypto Glenn nightly stream. Real Alpha, Glenn, can you chart Doggy Moo coin for me?
I'm too old for this shit.
You know what time it is when you hear this, right?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yo. What is going on, TikTok family? It is your host, Crypto Glenn, back with the earlier live stream. We're on in the lunch hour. How's everybody's Tuesday afternoon going? I'm going to get a mic check here. I'm kind of using a little bit of a shotgun mic and moving away from the condenser mic that I'm normally using. Just kind of want to switch it up, try something new, see what the scope of this one is. Have a little look-see here. Before we get started, let's see who we got in the building. My guy, Fear Crypto's in the building with 5, actually 6 roses. Let me be clear. 6 roses, what's going on, Fear? Hey, DJ, drop one of the bombs in the chat for Fear Crypto one time in the building. Good to see you here, family. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with me. PL Property Lawyer. Hey, listen. Stop. Time out. Time out. Time out. One of our very own property lawyer is in the building, right? We're going to get to the bombs, but like we got to do it in a major way. I got to brag on her here for just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, our very own property lawyer. Y'all have heard me talk about this woman before on these lives. Asset protection, getting your trust set up. If you own land, potentially facing foreclosure, right? If you have any one of those desires, any one of those kind of situations arising, I've told you all before, you need to contact her. She's got tools, she's got resources, she's got knowledge, information, know-how that can help you out. First of all, if you're in crypto and you don't have a trust, I'd say, what's really a healthy threshold? Say 50,000 or so in crypto. If you've got at least 50,000, you might want to start looking at a trust. Take it from me, I had to pay an exorbitant amount of taxes a few years back. You do that dance one time, you're like, I don't want to do that again. So I started researching trusts, got with the client, who I've known for many, many years, helped structure mine. And this is not really my wheelhouse. So I said, hey, here's what I got. Here's what I'm looking to do. Can you help me out? Right? And so just kind of going through that process, learning a little bit. Again, it's not really my wheelhouse, but I understand how these vehicles can help safeguard you. So it's funny, as I'm doing these lives, and an individual who goes by the name of Property Lawyer pops in my live one night, and we start having this conversation, and we start talking about asset protection, safeguarding assets, lowering tax liabilities, things of this nature. Very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable. So if you're in crypto, if you have, again, I would say, over $50,000 worth of assets, some might put that threshold a little higher, some might put that threshold a little lower, right? Your mileage may vary. Please contact her. Had the chance, the opportunity, the privilege of meeting her at Bitcoin Nashville last year, right? Yep. And I don't think I knew it then, but she was writing a book. I knew she had done books before, but I didn't know she was in the process of writing another one. And as you can see in the comments, she says, hey, I was in the process of writing this current book last Christmas. And I'm happy to say that her most recent book, I think it's out now, right? I don't want to, it's out now, right? It's out. If it's not out, I got an early copy. But I think it's out. And as I'm reading some of the intro to the book, right? So if you ever meet Property Lawyer, you're going to look at her and you're not going to feel that she's got 25 years of experience. Because she looks like late 20s, 30s, if I can say that. So as I'm going through the book and I'm just kind of getting into it now, I'm reading this book and I'm like, wait, she's got over 25 years. XRP for me, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I'm working at it, right? Working hard, trying to get it together. She's got over 25 years of experience and over experience on over 5 different nations. Now, we've got a little bit of land, and so I understand the great struggle that comes with owning land, be it a little bit, be it copious amounts, especially being of the melanated community. I understand how that has not always been something that's been afforded to us. I understand how difficult it can be to hold on to said asset. And so the fact that she's out there doing the work of the people, helping people who are melanated, really all walks of life, but melanated, farmers, fight foreclosure, maintain their land, keep their land, and then introducing this new aspect of blockchain and cryptocurrency to help them add value to said land or add another asset to their wheel that makes up wealth for them and their family. I think it's absolutely important that we give almost 50. Stop the cap. That is a lie. XRP for me says, I love the upgrades. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. I think it's important that we give Property Lawyer her flowers because she is doing an extreme service in this space. And so she is always going to be someone that I'm going to brag on, that I'm always going to promote without hesitation. And I cannot wait to really dive deep into the meat and potatoes of that book, right? And if you're unfamiliar with it, let me go get it. Yeah, here it is right here. Y'all see that? Probably can't see that. How do I get rid of this background? Let me see. You're probably not going to be able to see it. Can you see it? Trying to get rid of the background. Hang on. Maybe this is it. TikTok's taking forever to load, y'all. It's not my fault. There it is right there. Agriculture, blockchain, and crypto. Please check that out. Please check that out. Like I said, this is definitely, I'm going to get this one read. I'd like to get it done tonight. We'll see if the family will afford me but a few moments to get this done. We got everything in here. I think one of the attributes, again, as I was reading the intro, you guys hear me say this all the time. In order to know where you're going, you've got to know where you've been. This documents what happened during the last great financial recession. And my hope is that people who read this will be able to take away a strategy, a game plan, more vernacular, more understanding of what it is that we're talking about when we talk about cryptocurrency and how we plan on using this thing to build and to establish wealth. And I said build on purpose because, again, this book, while it's not just for people who own land, own real estate, it is definitely talking to them. And so it's important that we understand how we can, if not combine the two, add another cog to the wheel. So Jillian, again, property lawyer, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for getting this to me. And thank you for allowing me and so many others to represent a small, right? Because this is your baby. But thank you for allowing us to offer a small bit of input to this project. Jabari, what's going on, family? How you feeling? Y'all Renaissance, what is my live about? Right now, I'm giving property lawyer her flowers because our sister wrote a book around Christmas and it's out. And I think everyone should take a look at it. And I'm going to have more thoughts, views, and opinions on it as I dig deeper into this and as I finish it. And realistically, it shouldn't take too long, right? It's not super long. What are we looking at here? About 70. This is very well put together too. My goodness. This is very well put together. It's about 70 pages, 72 pages. So it shouldn't take one very long to get through this, but I know it's going to be chock full of beneficial and useful information. So again, property lawyer, thank you so much for this. Greatly appreciate it. I was telling everybody, I was like, yeah, I met, someone at the Bitcoin conference last year, and she just released her book. She's in the melanated community. This is so cool. Like, I can't wait to get into it. And people were asking me if I had the book. And I went back to the office a couple of days to check for it when I was up in Michigan, and it hadn't been there yet. And so I got the phone call when it was. Obviously, that's why you guys haven't seen me in a little while. Spent some time up in Michigan, and it came in. I was like, I got to get this before I get back on the road. So I have it. Happy to have it. Can't wait to get into it. So again, Mr. DJ Man, please drop the fattest bomb you have in your arsenal for our friend property lawyer. Says, yes, I kept it short on purpose. Most farmers like short reads. I get it. Hey, listen, I literally just put out a video. If something can be surmised or said in but a few minutes, why are we taking 3 hours on morning podcasts to talk about things? So keeping things concise, I love it. I love it. Yes, property lawyer, she wrote a book, Agriculture, Blockchain, and Crypto, right? While it is geared towards farmers, again, I think there's going to be a lot of beneficial information in here. It's going to highlight everything from what happened during the last economic downturn. How can people own land? Not just people own land, but how can people really take advantage of what's going on in the new economic financial sector? Okay. And so as someone who owns land, myself, my family owns land, as someone who has been in crypto for 7+ years, 8 years, 8 years, this speaks to me. Because when I first started to hit my stride in crypto, I had to pay exorbitant taxes. I jumped on here. I showed you guys my 8249 form, I believe is what it is. It goes with your Schedule C when you file your taxes. I had to pay the government a lot of money. It wasn't fun. Right? This is before I knew about trusts and other tax shelters and things of that nature, right? What does that have to do with the book? We're talking about how do you safeguard your wealth? How do you manage your wealth? Land, again, your Renaissance. I think you're from Sweden, is it? Applies to homeowners too? Well, see, there we go. Your Renaissance, are you in Sweden? Your residence? Is it about farmers can utilize? Is it about how farmers can utilize the blockchain? There could be some of that in there. We've talked about, say if you're Bitcoin mining, the gases, right? The heat that's put off by that. There's a lot of farmers, and again, I haven't really gotten to that portion in the book, but there are farmers who are utilizing some of the byproduct from Bitcoin mining that are used, and they're using it to grow their crops. That's like real rap, not even being fictitious. I'm not even being, I wish I was joking, but I'm not. They're actually taking the heat, the byproduct that is used from Bitcoin mining, and they are using it to grow crops year round. So I don't know how land works in Sweden, but here in the United States, people who look like me, folks of the melanated community, have not always had the best track record and the most opportunity in terms of getting, acquiring, and holding on to land. In fact, that is something that plagues a lot of minorities who own land, especially vast quantities of land. It plagues them a lot. And while we understand that, we don't want to discount it. And I'm speaking for myself here. While I understand it, I don't want to discount it. I'm not going to allow that to stop me or slow down acquisition and property acquisition and land acquisition and wealth. Right. So again, I think this book here is going to do a fantastic job of highlighting the problem, highlighting the solution, and almost acting as a roadmap, and just, if nothing else, explaining the opportunity that is going to be present for people who own land, for people who own their home, for people who are looking to acquire wealth, for people who have no idea what cryptocurrency is, but they're trying to get an understanding of what it is, some semblance of how they can benefit and take part of it. I would encourage them to pick this book up. I can't wait to read it. I really can't. Like I said, I'm going to get started on that tonight. Yes, Property Lawyer wrote the book. Yes, Property Lawyer wrote the book. 25 years of experience across 5 different nations, which is why I'm telling people, hey, if you have questions, how do I set up a trust? All right? How would I even go about doing something like that? What would be some of the benefits? Asset protection. You might want to reach out to her. You might want to reach out to her. Okay? And on a day like today, that is super important. It's probably a perfect segue. Because when we take a look here at the markets, we're going to just start with Bitcoin dominance, right? We're just going to start with Bitcoin dominance. And when we take a look at Bitcoin dominance, right here, right off the bat, we're still hovering at that. I mean, 62% for BTC dominance. It's a wall. It's a wall. We've got a reasonably big day ahead of us tomorrow, Liberation Day. Tariffs are going to be announced. Or won't be announced. We don't know. I think there will be some that are going to be announced, and I think some that are going to be announced could potentially have some, shockwave on the market. It could have some effects on the market. But right now the markets are up. Things are green. We spent the majority of last week, if not all of last week, in the red. And it looks like we're trying to reclaim some of that now. Bitcoin filling the CME gap. Yesterday, we came all the way down, obviously, at 82,815. Filled that at 83,880. And now we're on the way up. Of course, this is probably not a place to get too excited because we're going to be running into a little bit of resistance here at around 86.4 and some change. But if it wants to run up to 86, I would welcome it. I'm sure a lot of you would welcome it. Bitcoin Freedom doing well. How are you doing, family? I saw a program where they were using the heat from miners in a greenhouse to grow vegetables. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Blockchain legislation tracker on the website. Property Lord, can you give us the website? I believe it is, I know this. CryptoLand. Give me the extension. Give me the extension. CryptoLand.esq. I knew it was .esq. I just wasn't sure. .esq. Yeah, definitely go check that out. Why is that important? Because we just had the stablecoin legislation that passed the Senate, and now I believe they're waiting to vote on it on the upper chamber in Congress. And if that gets passed, they're going to send it to the president's desk. Now, something that I would like to take a look at, and matter of fact, why don't we just go to the website here, and we'll have a little look-see. That would be awesome if we can pick up the stablecoin bill. There's going to be a couple that we're going to look at here. Tubby Tuberville is up to something, and we're going to talk about that. CryptoLand.esq. Only focus on the 50 states, not federal just yet. Okay. Look at this beautiful website. Look at this. Crypto property protection resources. Learn the ABCs of agriculture and cryptocurrency. Bam! There's the book. There's the book. I tell you what we're gonna do. Why don't we do this? If you want a copy of the book, go ahead and put one in the chat. and old cousin Crypto Glenn here, I'm gonna pick it up and it'll get sent to you. How about we do that? Is that fair? You guys want to do that? Jabari, I got a copy, right? Daily, we got a copy. Let's do why don't we do like 5 or 6 copies? You want to do that? Let's do 5 or 6 copies. So just to keep me on the level. Ooh, damn, that chat is moving. Shit. Let's see. We got Jabari. We got Perry. Daily nutrition tips. I like that. Daily nutrition tips. Okay, cool. Daily nutrition. Talk to me real quick. I had crab cakes for like a dinner snack kind of deal yesterday. Am I good there? No. Should I hold off? Should I not try to incorporate that too much in the diet? It was good, but you know, since you're here and I definitely want to make sure I'm eating healthy, let me just run that by you. Not too much? Okay, cool. Got you. It was just, you know, probably one about that big, and I split it, right? So I didn't even eat the whole thing. Okay, cool. Daily Nutrition says crab cakes, not too much, bro. Slow it down. I got you. All right, so we got Jabari's gonna get a copy. Daily Nutrition Tips is gonna get a copy. Perry Sinatra, hope I pronounced that right, is gonna get a copy. Jimmy, I love you too. Is follow the creator Jimmy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, fam, for the follow. We're gonna get those copies out. I tell you what, Jabari, Daily Nutrition Tips, and Perry, if you guys could just DM me. Lady O, DM me. Milkshake, DM me. I got 1 left. That's 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I got 1 left. Jimmy, okay, cool. Also, that was kind of quick. We might have to run that back on the nighttime live. Might have to run those back. Yeah, so we'll do 6 of those. What is this? Cookie preference. We'll come back to that. All right, so we got 6 of those that are gonna go out. How can I do this? Property Lord, can I batch order them and can you just send them out to the folks? How you want to do that? I could send y'all crypto and y'all can pick it up, but I really want to make sure y'all pick the book up. How can we do that? I know there's probably a few different ways to get it done. Really want to make sure that people get theirs. We can work on it? Okay, cool. So if we can do it. D. Carl, what's up, family? Good to see you here this Tuesday afternoon. So what we're going to do, excuse me, if possible, I'm going to pick it up and then we'll work on a way to send it to you guys. So please make sure you DM me. Jimmy, MILF, Lady O, Perry, Daily Nutrition Tips, and Jabari. Make sure you DM me. I got to record it, but I want to make sure, you know, you guys are there. All right. That's going to be exciting. I'm excited. I am excited. How's our trade doing? Can I zoom this in? Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I'm down 6%. It's all right, though. I have faith. Oh, my God. Crypto Glenn doesn't win all his trades. No. Doesn't win all of them, man. Anybody that tells you they win all of them, they lying. Last month, we went 73, 75%. So that's not bad. I won't show y'all that. Yeah, we did about 73, 75%. I got to go back and check, which isn't bad. Trying to get to 80. If I can get to 80%, that was taking a trade every single day. I think I only missed 1 day. I was traveling, so I might have missed a couple. I think it was one. One for certain. 1 day, went 73, 75%. Not bad. I know they will. Property Lord, I know they will. D. Carl with the lightning bolts. Appreciate it. Yeah. Y'all going crazy, man. I appreciate that. I like being here with y'all on lunch, man. Y'all come in and y'all just knock it out the park. Home run. All right, Tommy Tuberville. If you all are not familiar with Tommy Tuberville, I believe he is a congressman out of Alabama. He's a Southern gentleman. Is he out of Alabama? I think he's out of Alabama. Tommy Tuberville, Alabama. Yep. This individual yesterday went on Kudo. It's one of the financial shows on Fox. I just kind of caught wind of it by wind of the internets, the interwebs, Al Gore's internet. And he said he was going to be rolling out a bill today that would allow Americans to invest their retirement into crypto. Now, on the surface, right? This looks pretty good. We like, hey, you know. Jimmy, I love you too with the rose as well as the golden boxing gloves. Thank you so much, family. Drop one of them things in the chat for Jimmy one time. If I haven't told y'all this lately, y'all make all this worthwhile. And this is factual. I have fact checked it. We are good. Senator Tommy Tuberville proposes a bill to allow crypto in retirement funds. Now, on the surface, we're like, I got to be honest, like, this made me feel pretty good. I'm like, yo, guys, our exit liquidity might finally be starting to show up. And then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute, Tommy Tuberville, this guy is one of the best traders on Wall Street. Milkshake with the, with the bomb emojis. You like that? I have fun with those. I really do. I really do. I said, he's one of the best traders on Wall Street. It's like him, Nancy Pelosi. Who's another one? I want to say Maxine. I don't think Maxine Waters. She's not too shabby. She's not too shabby. And I'm looking at the bills that he's brought to the forefront before in the past, and apparently he wants to call it the Financial Freedom Act. Now, when you go to congress.gov, and I encourage you to do that, right? Because we want to make sure we're working with very objective information here. I don't want to do any like fugazi, any fake outs, anything like that. And will it happen occasionally? Sure, but understand that I try my damnedest to make sure that it doesn't happen, at least on this channel. I can't really account for what everybody else does, right? And so when you look at this on the surface, Tommy Tuberville, he's actually, this is not the first time that he has essentially wanted to make this available to the people. Now, when I was reading this, I said, oh man, what did I just do? I just botched that. When I was reading this, I said, oh, you know what, this is pretty good. And I made a video about it. But this is not the first time he's tried to introduce this bill. There has been one in 2022, the Financial Freedom Act, S4147, 2022. And there was a Financial Freedom Act, S427, in 2023. And both of these were introduced by Tuberville. Now, one can surmise that in 2022, when this was introduced, it didn't really gain a whole lot of traction. If nothing else, one of the trackers that I really like on this website, congress.gov, is when you're looking at bills, you can actually see how far they've gone. Even if you don't read it, even if you're, you're not really familiar with the website, it's got a tracker at the bottom. It'll give you the progress that it's made. And so far, it has only been introduced. Didn't really gain much traction at all. When he tried to introduce it again in 2023, it was met with the same fate. My assumption here is that this is going to be a reintroduction of the same bill that he has brought up at least twice. So when you go through that bill and you're really trying to figure out, okay, like, what is this guy really after? Essentially, he wants to limit with the Department of Labor, and there's another governing body who essentially governs what you can put your investment funds into. And I believe how much you're able to put into said investments. Tuberville, yeah, I believe it was. Yep, the coach at Auburn. I want to say it was. Yeah, you got a good memory. Yes, it was. So if we can get the text version of this, maybe it's just off camera here. Text. See if we can get that. Devil is oftentimes in the details. To prohibit the Secretary of Labor from constraining the range of types of investments that may be afforded to participants and beneficiaries of individual retirement accounts who exercise control over assets in such accounts. So this is really good for Roth IRAs, right? You got a Roth IRA. It's a self-guided retirement fund. you get to pick and choose what kind of investments that you want to put into your Roth IRA. Now, with crypto, at least Bitcoin currently, you can actually incorporate BTC into your Roth IRA. Okay, so maybe he's looking to add additional assets. And say that is the case, I think that's going, if I'm being honest, folks, I think if that is the case, it's probably going to give us a little bit better insight to which ones are going to be the quote-unquote chosen ones. If in fact this bill gains traction. Now again, this was from 2022. Here's one of 2023. I'm assuming it's going to say the same thing, and you can actually comb through the text version of that and get a better understanding of what exactly it is that they want to make available in that bill. And again, to prohibit the Secretary of Labor from constraining the range of types of investments that may be offered to participants and beneficiaries of individual retirement accounts who exercise control over assets in such account. Financial Freedom Act of 2023. Yeah, so I think he's going to try to relaunch this. When he was on Kulo yesterday, he said the fact that Trump has become the crypto president, he's fully back behind him 100%. Kind of like the Roth IRA type deal. Yeah, exactly like that. Yep, exactly like that. Require a fiduciary to prohibit a fiduciary from selecting any particular type of investment alternative, provided that the fiduciary provides the particular beneficiary an opportunity to choose from a broad range of investments alternatives in the matter in which some or all of the assets of the participant or beneficiary's account are invested according to regulations prescribed by the secretary, or requires that any particular investment be favored or disfavored other than on the bias of the investment's risk return characteristics in the context of the planned fiduciary's objective to providing investment alternatives suitable for providing the benefits for participants and beneficiaries. Why not just write this stuff in plain English? I feel like I'm reading Shakespeare. Does mother know you weareth her drapes? 1 point to anybody who can tell me what that line is from. So yeah, this is his bill. He wants to make it available and open it up so that, you know, people can be free to invest what they want to invest into their kind of individual retirement accounts. I would like to see the text on the 2025 bill. I feel like that landscape could have changed a lot, given the fact that we now do have a pro-crypto administration, given the fact that the SEC is now taking a very pro-crypto stance. There might be some wiggle room in there where he might want to try to switch things up from what this looked like in 2022 and when he reintroduced it in 2023. Unfortunately, the text version of that is not available yet. ETF regains decentralized exchange dominance. Yeah, I mean, I think it's always been kind of the king of decentralized exchanges, right? After all, Uniswap was probably one of the first to come to market in terms of ETH, decentralized exchanges. So yeah, that's what's going on with Tubby Tuberville. Tomorrow, Liberation Day, the announcement, what he'll say is still up in the air. I want to be very clear in making this announcement. So far, what we have seen from President Trump and this administration is a whole lot of buy the rumor, selling the news. The markets today, while they are up, they are not up a ton. Excuse me. And I think that is because a lot of market participants are still a bit, unsure of what tomorrow brings. If sweeping tariffs are announced, high percentage in terms of what those tariffs are going to be in terms of encompassing what they're going to encompass, obviously the markets are probably going to piss down their own leg. That's going to bring crypto down. So today is I'm not saying you can't take a trade today, but what I'm saying is today is not a day where I will be trying to swing for the fences. My guy, Crypto Wolf AI. What's up, Crypto Wolf? Drop one of them bombs in the chat for Crypto Wolf.
The dance party with Beyonce.
It's not the bomb, DJ. Appreciate you, Wolf. Thank you for the heart me's as well as hit the popular vote. It's funny you send the popular vote. Now we're talking about politics. Funny how that works. Appreciate you, family. How's your Tuesday afternoon going? Hope it's going fantastic. For weeks, President Trump has promoted April 2nd as Liberation Day. I'm going to be honest, the last time I was on here live with you all, that was the first time I had heard people mention Liberation Day. I had maybe 2 or 3 people, all within quick succession, ask me, well, Liberation Day, April 2nd, what do you make of that? I'm like, Liberation Day? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, what? What is Liberation Day? What are you guys on about? In America, when a number of massive tariffs will be announced to fulfill the administration's ambitious economic agenda. The plan largely remains a mystery. However, Trump and his administration have floated a number of constantly changing and conflicting proposals. See, it's going to be a lot of, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. We don't know. Again, that's why the markets are not really up a whole lot today. I think, the S&P is only up just over 0.5%. Dow's up 1/4, Nasdaq's only up 1%, right? So it's not a whole lot of motion going on here right now. Wednesday will be Liberation Day in America, as President Trump has so proudly dubbed it. The president will be announcing a tariff plan that will roll back the unfair trade practices that have been ripping off our country for decades. He's doing this in the best interest of the American worker. How do y'all feel about that? What are you all expecting for Liberation Day tomorrow? What do you think is coming down the pipeline? And do we need to be preparing to place our head between our knees and kiss our asses goodbye? Y'all let me know. Because when I look at it, I feel like not necessarily a fake out, but just another motto, man. Just another air of uncertainty in these markets. Bear trap coming. No, Jabari thinks it's a bear trap. Okay, so you think we're gonna go down, trap some bears? Maybe Glenn will get captured, snapped up in a bear trap, and then we rock it up? What do you think, Jabari? What do you think? And if so, what makes you think it could be a bear trap? I love getting y'all thoughts and opinions on the matter. High tariffs are unfair for Americans. The United States should charge them in the same kind. Pluto, what's up, family? How's your Tuesday afternoon going? Drop one of the bombs in the chat for Pluto one time. Crypto Cleaner says markets will dump more after countries announce retaliatory tariff measures. It's a good point. It's a good point. We've seen that before, right? We've seen that before. Trump says, "Hey, we're going to enact tariffs." Canada came and it said, "Hey, everybody that's in the Midwest who depends on our energy, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut the power to everybody that's in New York, portions of Michigan, maybe northwestern Ohio, a little bit of northeast Ohio in there." Marcus didn't like that. They acted in kind. They started to go down, and now here we are. Can't complain, going smooth. Yours. How long have I been live? How long have we been live? Not really a long time. I'd say maybe 20, 30 minutes. 38 minutes. 30 up on minutes. I'm on 57% on AST. Nice. I gotta ask you the fundamental question, Carl. Did you move the stop loss into profit? These are trying times we're getting ready to enter into. Did you? Oh, AT&T. Got you. Okay. AT&T. Nice. So that's a spot position then, yeah? How long you been holding it? Now you have a death cross coming. 5 out of the 8 death crosses have been bullish. Wouldn't that be a golden cross if it's bullish? Not a death cross? A little over a year. Okay, not bad, man. For a year, yeah, that's good. Man, been holding that position for a minute. Have you taken some off the table? You de-risk a little bit, or you just like steadfast holding? We shouldn't be relying on their energy. Crypto, I agree with you, brother. We shouldn't. We should not. I remember being a kid, growing up in the Midwest. Clinton signs the NAFTA agreement, and as a child, I was like, this is a bad idea. A child. So we're going to take important aspects to our business, and we're going to allow someone else to have control over it. Manufacturing, the assembly, raw materials. Anybody who's ever been a kid, who's been on the playground, knows that's a bad idea. You and James get into it. James got your dump truck because you and James are, into it, and James has been responsible for bringing the sand in the dump truck to the other part of the sandbox so that you can make the castle. You can't make the castles if you don't control the flow of sand. Why would you allow James to control the measure, that transports the sand. But these were adults. I was a kid and I was like, this is a really bad idea. I get it, the whole open borders, free trade, all that jazz, right? That allow us to ship production overseas, Canada, Mexico, China, wherever. Corporation will save money on labor costs. But did the end consumer get a cheaper product? Most times I would probably argue no. So the product's going to be expensive anyway, and at the end of the day, it's the consumer who's going to have to bear that. Just make it here. Employ people. Take care of the tax situation. Maybe lower the corporate tax rate to keep things very attractive for businesses, right? So they don't want to jump ship and move. Folio Beams, how's it going? He says, Carl says, no, that AT&T, that's my ride or die. End of retirement. I also retire from them. Ah, gotcha. Well, then it makes sense. Tariffs take time to kick in, so tariff isn't the issue. When the market inflation is the problem. Yeah, but just the news on it, right? Just the news can scare people. And you can have short-term or intermediate duration in terms of what the market does. Link Universal Gas Token, my thoughts. I've been telling people for a long time, Link is probably one that you need to be taking seriously. I can't tell you to buy it because one, it's not my money. Two, I'm not your financial advisor. I have not passed the Series 7, Series 65 and all that jazz. But all the stuff that we do in crypto, it doesn't work without oracles. Without oracles, like you can't incorporate data from Web 2 into Web 3. Without indexers, it's hard to import information. Without APIs, it's hard to get different systems to communicate with one another. So while everyone has been focusing on DePIN, decentralized infrastructure networks, which I think is complete bullshit, this is why I have just been focusing on infrastructure plays. MMG Crypto, what's up, fam? How you feeling? Daily Nutrition Chips, he was asking about Link, Chainlink. Chainlink. Yeah, news makes shit shake for real. Because we've already seen the announcement on tariffs before, and now if the markets start to go through a little bit of what I'll call like a rally, if more tariffs get announced, people are going to look at that like, oh, I missed getting out when the tariffs were announced the first time. Let me go ahead and try to make a move now. So yes, you could very well if it's a measure where people are looking at these things like, wow, this is going to be detrimental to the space. Yes, I personally think the market still they'll react negatively. They'll react negatively. And it's been my thought process this whole entire cycle that until we get to a position where risk on assets are looked at as it's time for them to shine, meaning the environment is conducive to their growth, low rates, retail has money, more liquidity in the market, we're not necessarily going to see the bump overall that we're accustomed to seeing. We won't get the traditional alt season that we're accustomed to seeing. In my opinion, this market is going to make you pick and choose. It's going to make you pick and choose which assets you want to be in. Because personally, hot take here, hot take, right? That bull run's just coming in sweeping motions and everything going up. Close your eyes, throw a dart at the wall, and make $20,000. No, I think that's over with. Pluto, I think that's over with. MasterCard's making their own chain, so everybody thought these corps wouldn't make their own. MMG, exactly. But guess what? You gotta use an infrastructure to import and export information. Chainlink, you need an indexer, you need an API. That's why my opinion, I think Chainlink is probably going to be one of the bigger sleepers of the next decade. Because when you talk about crypto, when you talk about bridging communications, when you talk about bridging organizations, infrastructure, however you want to phrase it, you're going to need an outfit that can move and transmit data, that can pull data from, for example, you go on CoinMarketCap and they've got the listing of all the cryptos. Then you go to an exchange and they've got what they're listing the crypto at. That price feed is able to be seen by you due to APIs and oracles. Even more so when you utilize things like decentralized exchanges. Well, those are automatic market makers. Yeah, but where do you think they're pulling the data from? Without the oracle for people to see what the price is from one org to another, it would be very archaic. This is why we had arbitrage opportunities 6-7 years ago. You could buy Bitcoin on one exchange, you could turn around, you could sell it on another exchange for a profit. This is how homeboy from FTX got his start. Huge arbitrage opportunities. Kim.com, you know that guy, the big hacker from Eastern Europe? He made over $10 million arbitraging crypto because the price feeds were not one-to-one, because there was no oracle to talk to each other, to communicate information and data from one place to the next. People make crazy money. A lady tried to tell me about that. I know her in real life. I used to date her daughter. She was like, "Oh, what do you think of arbitraging opportunities?" And I was like, still relatively new to crypto. I'm like, arbitrage, what are you talking about? Right? And she really wasn't fully versed in it, so I think maybe she heard it from somewhere. But I tell you what, when I learned it, when I heard about it, I said, "Oh my God, this is the second opportunity, the second time an opportunity in crypto has come to me, and I wasn't there yet." Crypto Focus, what's up, Glenn? How's your day going? My day as well. I'm here hanging out with you guys on the lunchtime hour. I'm good. I'm fantastic. I'm in my happy place. Interoperability protocols too. People talk more about ISO than blockchain interoperability. The interoperability play I think is coming, and I think it's going to be like so crazy, like snuck under the radar. You now have, what was I reading just the other day? Like last week, I want to say. Ethereum, they're doing like some new EIP. Ethereum in EIP, Ethereum Improvement Proposal. I was going to say protocol, that's not it. And essentially what this allows you to do is no matter what token you have in your wallet, you'll be able to use it for gas. Anybody that's ever tried to like bridge, fucking annoying. Anyone that's ever tried to, you know, go from one place to another, I want to get involved with this meme coin or whatever the case is. Maybe it's just a coin that's on a decentralized exchange under a certain market cap, but it's not a meme coin. But you've had to continuously feed Ethereum into your wallet because ETH's gas fees have gotten crazy before in the past. Excuse me. Well, now it won't matter if you've got Solana. It won't matter if you've got AVAX. It won't matter if you've got, you know, any number of things in your wallet. You'll be able to tell the DEX or whatever you're using. You'll be able to use your smart contract and tell your wallet which token you want to use for gas. Pretty cool. Gas abstraction. Yep. Spectra upgrade, however, it is spelled. Yes, Spectra will take care of the actual gas fees. They say that's going to put a lid on them, but it's also going to take the reliance off of L2s. So we'll see how that works. Personally, I think L2s being able to be that burden lifter for Ethereum was really part of their charm. And if Spectra really is able to utilize this update to handle the gas fees in terms of how much they can go up, how much they can spike, and how expensive they can be, well, now L2s will be left to reinvent themselves, because now allegedly Ethereum will be able to scale. It'll be able to be cheaper. Will it be? But say that it is. This is where L2s really have to reinvent themselves, and this is where I think could issue potential problems for like Arbitrum. So no more arbitrage opportunities. Not really. You'd have to be fast, and you really have to be working with a lot of volume. You got to be working with size. Like one Bitcoin probably won't do it. You probably got to be using like 100 or 1,000, right? Because you need to, you know, you got to make the spread on volume. Back before in the day, it was like, oh, this exchange here has it listed for $4 grand more than it is over here, and people would just be like, cool, I'm gonna buy here, sell there, like back and forth, and they would just do it all day long, and they would clean up. ETH is getting a lot cheaper. I still prefer L2s for now, but it's, you know, it's under $1 for most things. Yeah, and it is. And one of the reasons why it's as cheap as it is because no one's really using it. And no one is really using Ethereum right now because you've got blockchains like Solana. More importantly, Sui that are really doing a fantastic job of pulling attention away from blockchains like Solana and Ethereum. So now the responsibility falls back on the developers to create something that the market wants to use. Because I don't think it's going to be meme coins anymore. I think meme coins, I think those things are like, I think they're done and gone. Neo says that's true, I missed it. A lot of people miss the arbitrage opportunity. If you didn't know, you just didn't know. And people were making such crazy money on it, they weren't trying to put anyone else on game. So if you missed it, it was like a really great opportunity, but now it's gone. So now we've got to try to figure out where are going to be some of the other areas that people want to, what's going to bring people back to wanting to utilize crypto. I think Ethereum long-term is going to be fine. Ethereum has normally always been the leader in terms of offering new products to the market and getting people excited about it. And then the sub-chains, the other chains, they kind of do a copycat. But the developers on Ethereum, you know, they got their work cut out for them. They've got to really create something that people want to come back and want to experience, want to utilize. I really think ETH L1 becomes a DA and consensus layer primarily. DA. What do you mean DA? Like a decentralized authority? Yeah, no more 10x's. No more. The way that I try to explain where I think the market is likely going to go to most people, data availability. Got you. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that. Is I tell folks, I think when you look at the Dow Jones doesn't have these big, robust booms anymore, right? It goes up, but it goes up like incrementally over time. So you really got to zoom out and look back to see like how much you've grown. But when you're in the thick of it, you really can't see it. And being in crypto, we're spoiled because it's not uncommon for us to see BTC or any other asset swing $4,000 in any direction on any given point in time. So it's really like if you're not going to make your money here, in the future, you really will have to go down to the small caps. It's going to get harder to hunt the real value. Everything else is going to transform from a cycle approach to a long-term approach, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I really believe that. So it's like that window to really make the life-changing gains is closing. Like I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you, oh, we're early. You got enough people who are telling you that you're early. To me, early is people who got in 2011, 2013. I think the last of the quote-unquote early class was 2017. I think in order to get a good position on a lot of these now, you've got to be present when Black Swan events happen. And you've got to be present when bear markets happen. And while we're talking about bear markets, there's a lot of people out there that feel that the cycle is now no more. Technically Web 3. What's up, family? Drop one of them things in the chat for Technically Web 3 one time. Good to see you, man. D. Carly, yeah, he certainly is. I appreciate y'all, man. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. I mean that. I really do. Crypto Slayer, appreciate you for sharing that live, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so you got enough people who are telling you like you're early. Right? I'm not going to do that. I think you're on time, but I don't think that you're early. So I think after this cycle, one of the ways to really be able to make it, you're going to have to find the tokens that have, you know, they're smaller cap. They're not offering BS. So are you saying you wouldn't buy BTC? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. Forever, always, I will buy, hold BTC. But I think your chances of just finding flyers and just coming up overnight is like that window's closing. That window is closing. And so now it's going to be like, who can really be patient? But damn, Glenn, I've had to be patient for 4 years now. Nah, you're really, I mean, we're talking like 6 to 10 years. It's going to turn into the stock market all over again. You're going to have your darlings. You're going to have your unicorns. The game's going to be, can you find a unicorn? So in the next bear market, right, because I don't think that these cycles are going to change. The cycle can't change because you can't change the halving. There's people, oh, the 4-year cycle, it doesn't exist anymore. It does simply because you can't change the halving date. If I had enough resources where I could give every man, woman, and child a shovel, I cannot mine Bitcoin any faster. The difficulty would change. Majority of miners drop off, the difficulty level, it gets easier. More people jump on, the difficulty goes up. You can't change the halving date. Can't do it. We're going to have to hold for a long time to make money. I agree. Either that or you're going to have to be really good. Good thing my strategy was DCA into Amazon and eBay's of Web3 100%. I really believe that's the move. And technically Web3, to my point, right? You're going to have to find the blue chips. You're going to have a very long-term approach on them. You're going to have a very long-term view on them. But then you're going to have to be really good at finding the unicorns. Mula God, appreciate you for joining the chat. Thank you. And so if you're able to find the unicorns, if you're able to utilize a good bear market, if you're able to utilize proper research, follow the tech, that I wish I could pin that. I wish I could pin that. Can I pin that? They're not gonna let. Oh shit, they can. Viewers might not see the pin. It's not gonna let me do it. It's not gonna let me do it. Can y'all see that? Is a pin? Did I do it? I did it. Before, like, if you were broadcasting from your computer, it would never let you do it. That's wild. That's wild. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting unicorns, right? We can't survive 20 years without projects like Leak. No, you can't. You can't. You can't. Solana's not going to work without projects like Pyth. I mean, you know, be hard pressed. Pyth right now is a leader for oracles on Solana's blockchain. You need oracles. You need infrastructure plays. You mean DePIN? No. I mean like legitimate infrastructure plays. Meaning, if the protocol is the highway, the bridge that the information travels on, Link is a bridge. Covaliant, before they switched to CQT, was a bridge. Pyth is the road. API 3, Mina protocol, like anywhere where data has to transfer from one place to another, right? And I got a gap in the middle, you got to have an index or an API or an oracle to get that data from one place to another. And I wish more folks were paying attention to those, because again, I think Link's probably going to be, I got a pin right? Awesome. Fucking right. I really think Link is probably going to be a sleeper over the next decade. I really do. I agree about most DePIN, but I think things that provide computer services count as infrastructure. Give me an example. Give me an example. I'm trying to think if I can name one. Things that provide computer services count as infrastructure. Computer services like rendering? Like IR rendering. Yeah, but you got to be careful about that. Like, some of them are really just glorified marketplaces. Like Render is a glorified marketplace, or at least the last time I looked at them. They didn't actually own any of the hardware that you would need to do things like that. They would simply take your order and farm it out to people who were in their ecosystem. So it's kind of like a Fiverr. All blockchain networks with smart contracts are technically computed. Yeah. Covaliant was one that we found early, like what, last year before last? And we were talking about it heavy last year, so it's probably the year before last. We were talking about it heavy. That was another like indexing, right? It was an indexer. Since then they've kind of like rebranded into something else. But again, if it's infrastructure plays, like it's in my portfolio. Maybe not as much now because I've divested, because I kind of saw this slide coming, but yeah. It's definitely in the portfolio, or at least was. And if the market, if I feel like we've reached the bottom, we'll buy back in. Yeah, blockchains don't want their resources used up either. No. Most of these specified computer engines like ICP and Render will fall when protocols are built. Yeah, I you know, if I'm being honest, I don't really have any belief in ICP. They throw a really, oh God, this hurts me to say this. Like, when you go to these Bitcoin conferences, ICP is there. They throw really unique events. People go, they have fun. They know how to put together an event. The problem with things like ICP is they don't really market. Hey, here's what we're doing. Here's why this is going to be beneficial. Here's the scope of what we're building. Here's who this is for. Here's how this can help. There's none of that. There's nothing like hyper sexy about ICP. And a part of me respects that because I want foundationally solid projects. But the thing is, even when you look into them and there's essentially not a whole lot going on, it's like you can do away with hype. You can do away with the sexy stuff as long as you got like substance and you got stuff that's going on. When I look at ICP, or at least the last few times I looked at ICP, those boxes didn't check. But it's just me though. Just me. Oh man. And dead men don't make money. Whoa, that was crazy. Again, I still got to go back and do a lot of the run around and taking a look at what's going on. Some of their old stuff. There might be some stuff there I can use, yeah. But just my take, AI needs a lot of computer and DePIN provides it. Yeah, AI does, right? Like, you're not wrong about that. It does. It does. But most, I guess what I'm saying is, like, when we think of AI, right? When I think of AI, I'm thinking of telling an AI agent to do my pre-show script, and I don't do this, by the way. I'd probably be more efficient, but I don't do this because I understand AI is still like in its infancy, and a lot of AI results are shit because the AI is only as good as the information that's put into it. And so people think if I type something in AI, I get this miraculous thing. It's like, no, you're getting a compiled list of everything that the AI was able to go out, search the internet and find, and it spits it back out at you. But when I think of AI, I'm thinking like, hey, AI, do my pre-show script that's made up of the 10 most popular stories in crypto over the last day. You could probably run that prompt and the results that you're going to get are going to be, you know, it's going to be very anticlimactic. When I think of AI, I should be able to hop into TradingView and I should be able to tell AI to develop a trading strategy that would be able to take $200,000 and with 70% accuracy generate me a return over 15-20% for the month with 70% accuracy. Now if I were to type that into an AI agent now, it's just going to tell me what I already know. Hey, here are the chart patterns. Hey, here's the chart structure. Hey, here's what this candle means. But is it going to be able to go back test months of data, maybe years of data, to analyze that whole entire market structure over that period of time and algorithmically analyze that chart and tell me, okay, well, based on these economic variables and where you're at in the economic cycle, this pattern pops up X amount of time. When this happens, here's how to play this, but watch out for, we're not there yet. And so there's a lot of AI that really doesn't even need crypto. There's a lot of AI that, if nothing else, is just a glorified Google search. But because, I don't know, people are really good at marketing it, we think it's so much more than it is. I have yet to find, I have not seen, and this is just me, I have not seen any AI that really blows my socks off. I'm like, holy shit, I need to incorporate that right now. I hear a lot of people talking about using AI to make money, but like when you go through and look at it, it's like, hey, I hired some dude who's in the Philippines to chop up this video. They sent it back to me. I took the video and I fed it through an AI word processor and it created like captions for me. Right? Can artificial intelligence laparoscopically do surgery on my knee? When we get there, let me know. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm simply saying like that's the kind of AI that I'm looking for. That's the kind of AI that requires a lot of computer, like you're saying. The AI that we have now, it requires a lot of computing because it's like it's fat, it's clunky, it's not really optimized. It's just it's not there yet. It's not there yet. What do I think of GameStop now that they're buying Bitcoin plus possible short squeeze? I think on the surface is good news, right? Like, hey, we've got another company that's issuing Bitcoin for strategic, reserve on its balance sheets. However, it's GameStop, right? GameStop really doesn't have a whole lot of pull in order to move markets. And we saw that when they came out with the news, Monday? Friday, Thursday? Whenever it was. We talked about this. I don't think GameStop's got the pull. Like, they announced that they're buying Bitcoin and the stock actually went down. It's wild. The market, Bitcoin didn't even move. Bitcoin didn't move. Crypto Slayer with the heart. We appreciate you, fam. Thanks so much. Drop one of the things in the chat one time for Crypto Slayer. Annalise in the building. Welcome, Annalise. Appreciate you for joining the live. AI can't run fully on chain. May not be possible. I get so many people. Hey man, check out this this AI. Technically Web3 with the roses. Thank you so much, Web3. Bombs, man. Y'all gonna make me go back to the armory and restock. I see all the ads. Hey, use this AI indicator. Let me show you what they're doing. Damn, we're about to blow the lid off something again. Like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. This is on, what was I using? 1 minute setup. Testnet. See, I call that my testnet? That's my testnet chart. Why do I call it my testnet chart? Because I'm always looking. Always looking. Try to find an edge. Is this it? This is not it. No, it's not it. It's not it. All right. Some point in time or another, someone is going to come into your life. They're going to tell you, I got this AI indicator. It's going to tell you when to buy. It's going to tell you when to sell. You'll be golden. These have been on my radar for at least 3 years. You know what the problem is? They're always late. They're always late. And the problem with being late is by the time you see these indicators pop up, the move's already happened. So you'll be like, cool, let me get in here. And you'll go short, but the market's already on a little bit of a small rally. %, if you're using high enough leverage, that's enough to get stopped out or liquidated. You're trying to find, how do I, right? Why didn't it tell you this here? Because here it was still saying buy. So you're going to buy until it tells you to sell. You can potentially still be buying here, but it tells you to sell here. These indicators are all late. It's one of the reasons I tell people, don't rely too much on the indicator. Learn how to read the price action naked. Learn how to naked trade. You mean I'm at home sitting around naked? No. I mean, like, actually, naked price action on the chart. Let's build an indicator. Glenn, been wanting to do a collaboration, but I've thought about that, right? Like if I did that, like how would I take like what's up here and then, yeah, maybe we can talk about it. Figure out what the scope of that would be. What would some of the hangups be? The potential of it be? If we get that figured out, man, that would be very beneficial for a lot of people. Yeah, for sure. It would be beneficial for a lot of people. The problem is like, how do you get it in real time? Like, leading indicators are so far and few in between. Like, the best leading indicator I've ever come across was just being able to look at a chart and be like, okay, here's what I see it doing. Here's what I see it doing. Where are we at? Gotta take a look at this tray set up here. Ooh, H-bar, what are you doing? Yeah, H-bar is not really behaving the way I'd like it to behave right now. How much time do I have left on this candle? It's a 4 hour? Still got time. I have to pay attention to H-bar on the 4 hour. I was actually hoping it was going to run up beyond 17 cents, 17 and a half cents. And it did, but we did not get the candle close I was looking for. So what I'm hoping does not happen is maybe we come back and pull to like 17 even, half of the last previous 4 hour candle, then maybe start to push off and build our way up here. We'll have to wait and see. What is the P&L at now? 24%. Not terrible. I'd rather be up 24%. But we'll hang in there just a little while longer. I haven't necessarily reached the danger zone yet. We go below like 17.5, we'll talk. 17 to 5, what? 100ths of a penny? I think that's right. Crypto Chick is in the building! Crypto Chick, did you know? Did you know? We are one day closer to BTC Vegas. Yeah. Love Crypto Chick. If you're not familiar with Crypto Chick, like I don't know what you're doing in life. What's going on? Yeah, we are one day closer to BTC Vegas. It's gonna be a movie, man. It's gonna be a movie. Someone was asking me in the DMs the other day. They said, Glenn, what will put a damper on BTC Vegas? Because I'm really thinking about coming out. I want to come out. I want to see y'all. I want to meet people. I want to come out. I want to try to get some information. I want to kick it. I said, nothing can put a damper on BTC Vegas. It is May 27th through the 29th. BTC Vegas, the 27th through the 29th, I believe. Yep, 27th through the 29th. At the Venetian. Do I think BTC will go back to 100K? Ooh, D. Carl. You want me to be honest? Clearview 100. What's up, family? How you doing? Drop one of the things in the chat for Clearview one time. Carl says, uh-oh. I'm just saying, you want me to be honest? Who here remembers me and the homie Calvin Hill? Shout out to Calvin Hill. We had a bit of a disagreement. He was saying there was a channel. Price was getting ready to break out of that channel. He said, man, Price breaks out of this channel, we're going to be good. We're going to be golden. I said, Cal, we are not going to be golden until we start getting consistent daily closure candles above 100,000. That never came. That was like somewhere around here. Wait, was it? 92. Might have been 92. Right there. Before we can look at Bitcoin going back to 100,000, we got to get above 87.6 on the higher time frames. Glenn, but the last time I was watching this, you said it was a different price. I did. And the reason why the price keeps changing is because Bitcoin keeps falling farther and farther and farther. 100K is still overall the same mark, right? We talked about this earlier. At first, last week, it was like 90 to 94. You remember that? But Glenn, why are you saying now it's down here? Because what happened is Bitcoin came down and it put down a new low. And so now what's got to happen, right? If you're looking at this, I mean, I'm just breaking it out here in real time. In real time. Oh. Ascending channel. These normally break to the downside. What's the price target? Where the channel starts. But BTC is rallying back up now. Yes it is. But what could possibly happen is you could have Bitcoin run up into this price, hits that, because right now we're gonna try to retest it as resistance. One of two things is gonna happen. We're either gonna run it up. It's gonna yeah, big resistance. Boop, here we go. Take out this low. We now have what's known as a break of structure, and the pattern and trend keeps on continuing. Or the bulls might find their balls and we push back into the range, we flip it, we test what was resistance, now support, and now we break to the upside. What's up, Granny? How you doing? The question you gotta ask yourself is, let me zoom the in real quick. What's the catalyst for making this happen? I can tell you all day long what the catalyst for this. BOS. I can tell you all day long what's the catalyst for that. Tariffs, inflation, Fed not moving to quantitative easing but still keeping up with quantitative tightening. But Glenn, global liquidity. Y'all been telling me global liquidity. Granny, pump up the volume. You feel me? Y'all been telling me global liquidity has been increasing for the last 3 months. But when I look at the price action for this asset class, not just BTC, but the asset class in its entirety, it has just been rolling the fuck over. Show me the chart, I will show you the news. What is the catalyst for this thing bouncing back up into this range and pushing to the upside? We got Liberation Day coming tomorrow. Y'all remember we talked about this right here? Go to the 4 hour. We were up here. I said, hey, we're definitely going to come down and fill this gap. No, we're not. We're just moving to the upside. Okay. Last weekend, market opens. Sunday, futures market comes open. Boom, gap down. Close it. Created this one here. We're saying, yeah, we'll probably gap up and fill it. But cool. Guess what? We've just gapped up and filled it. If we do not take out this high right there, and the price rolls over on itself, you are going to roll over and go to the downside. I don't make the rules. Running the Grain says it's already baked in. Yes. While the idea of a tariff is baked in, if Trump comes on that podium tomorrow, let me give you a little bit of a twofer, right? If Trump gets on that podium tomorrow and he announces these tariffs and nothing is suspended, nothing is put on pause, the idea of this news coming out initially will send shockwaves through the market. It will then only get worse if by the time it comes for, so you're going to have earnings season. If by the time we get to earnings season and companies like Ford, GM, Chrysler, aren't, you know, their sales are down. Maybe not this earnings season, but maybe like the next earnings season is down because the price of steel has gone up and people aren't trying to pay the added cost. So this has the ability to be a very elongated kind of scenario in which you have miniature rallies. Now, again, this is going to be dependent upon when earnings season is for these companies, or whatever tariff information we get tomorrow. When is earnings season for those companies? When is the earnings announcement? Because sometimes it's not even always about them making money. We saw Nvidia beat earnings, but still tanked because they didn't beat it by a wide enough margin that the market thought they should beat it by. So even if you have companies, after these tariffs get announced, appreciate you taking me Web3, thank you so much. After these announcements are made, if they don't beat earnings by a wide enough margin that the market thinks they should beat it by, the market's going to roll over on itself. So just sitting here having this candid conversation, which I feel like there's way more ability for things to go negatively for price action in this market versus having things go up. Now, if the tariffs wreak enough financial havoc and companies are losing so much money to the point where people just aren't spending money, and Jerome Powell says, hey, we're actually going to start cutting rates. All right, cool. That would be a good catalyst. And that could be potentially the start of getting things to turn around. But without that, I'm too old to kid you. I got to adult you. My mindset has always been these markets are just not going to miraculously turn around and start moving up on their own. Could I be wrong? Sure. Sure. Do I think I am wrong? Probably not. Probably not. I want these markets to go up just like you. But the thing is, we gotta have a reason. We gotta have a reason. You were in this ascending channel. You broke out. You're getting ready now to test resistance to see if it has truly, legitimately resistance. And if it is, you are going. Listen to me. I told y'all this the last time. I'm not even trying to be like this know-it-all, like I know everything. No. I'm just giving y'all the game as I see it. The last time we talked about this, right? And that live, I believe, is on YouTube. If it's not, it should be. When we were here, we were somewhere in this range right here. Said this up leg puts in a down leg. The whole entire purpose of this down leg is to create a leg that goes up that's going to take out this high. We didn't take it. What happened? This low gets targeted. Downtrend puts in an up leg. The whole entire purpose for this up leg, for this down leg, is to create an up leg that's going to take out these highs. If it doesn't do it, what happens? The low gets targeted. Jimmy says, I can't hear you. The volume is low. Is it? Can y'all hear me? Let me get a mic check on that. Check. If y'all can hear it, put a 1 in the chat. I can try and turn that gain up, but I think that gain is pretty much as high as it's gonna go. D. Carl says he can try, he can hear it. I just turned the gain up on that microphone a little bit. Crypto with 0.5. Bitcoin Freedom says I can hear you, fam. All right, cool. I just turned the gain up, so if that starts coming a little too hot, y'all let me know. I just turned it up on TikTok as well. Test. Pluto says, when you drop them bombs, it's loud, but when you talk, I gotta turn my mic up. You mean when I drop this bomb? No, I'm kidding. My bad, Pluto. Ah. Y'all are fun, man. I like y'all. Granny, I know you are not involved in a meme coin. Hell no. Okay, cool. What's up with the gaps in the XRP chart? Does XRP have gaps in it? Man, that's a mean head and shoulders right there. Uh-oh. It's on the daily. Yikers! I can't deal with the meme coins, man. I can't. You know about that Tool coin? Nothing. I heard she's not going to jail though. Yeah, I'm not seeing any gaps on XRP's chart. I will tell you this. Excuse me. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Hey, Glenn, you'll never tell us nothing. That's not true. That's not true. Listen to me. Possible head and shoulders right here, right? Starting to roll over on itself, right? A lot of green here that's going to have to get balanced out. Let's test that theory I just told you about. Price creates an up leg. I'm sorry, price creates a down leg, then creates an up leg. This uptrend does not take out the high here. What happens? This low gets targeted. Are we not on the way of taking out this low? Yes. Let's go back. Let's look left. Okay. Price comes down, puts in an up leg. The up leg does not take out the former swing high. What happens? This low gets targeted. Up leg, puts in low. Next uptrend does not take out the high. Low gets targeted. And this happens over and over and over and over and over until the trend exhausts itself. Put in low, put in a high. Did the high take out the low? No. Low is likely going to get targeted. And once that happens, whee! Oh shit, I see something right here. It's on the daily? Hold up. Wait a minute. Mark that. Look at that. Do you think it's coincidence that just happened to act as support? It's gonna come down, right? This zone, boom, support. This zone here acting as support. It will come down again here, and it will likely try to test this zone as support. I have heard so many people explain this the most inaccurate way. If you're old enough to remember the game called Don't Break the Ice, put a 1 in the chat. If you're old enough to remember the game called Don't Break the Ice, put a 1 in the chat. Toy Trader says, yo, Glenn, what's your secret? Tell me. XRP is fool's gold. You saw my tweet. 111. Okay, cool. I've heard people say, oh, the more price comes down to tap a region of support, the more likely it is to break through it. No, it's the exact opposite. The more times price comes down to test a range of support and it does not build and push off to new higher price action, you're actually more likely to break through it. Here go the zone right here. Come down here. You got an imbalance of gap right here. It came down to touch it. This down leg did not create a high. That took out the former high. This low is going to get targeted. If price comes back down here, right? All this green down here is going to get targeted. It's going to get targeted. It's going to get targeted. 90% sure it's going to get targeted. Do with that information what you will. What's my thoughts on Link project? Personally, I think Link's probably going to be one of the biggest shockers of the decade. I really mean that. I do. I really mean that. It does too much. It's far too valuable for the crypto space for it just to be like mediocre. Glenn, I don't think that's going to happen with XRP. Okay, I'm a liar. Let's go check Bitcoin real fast. It's kind of familiar. What's up, Count? Drop one of them bombs in the chat for Count one time. Yeah. Pluto, let me know if that's better for the bomb. If it's not as loud. TikTok, yes, I'm still here. Hang on, y'all. I gotta do the TikTok puzzle. Ken! What's up, Ken? How you feeling, man? How's your Tuesday going? Let's try that. I turned down the sound effect, so hopefully it's not too loud. But again, as I was saying, uptrend creates a down leg. Down leg does not take out the former high. What happens? Low gets targeted. All right, see that? Low gets targeted. Downtrend, put in a new up leg. If the up leg does not take out this high, this low will get targeted. We saw this happen once before. What happened? We had a lot of buy sell pressure to the left. We take a look. What happens? All that green gets taken out. I've heard people talk about Elliott wave. Could an Elliott wave, wave 5, take this down to 60? You know what's wild about that? Let me move this out the way. That wave could definitely bring you at least to 70. I don't know. How's the rest of this map look? A little bit of imbalance there that we need to get balanced out, right? Got a couple wicks. We got any monster wicks? There's one right here. Talked about our theory of wicks and gaps that need to fill. If the market does not want to see this happen, list bulls, y'all got to step the fuck in. This is not negotiable. Right now, you are here. I was probably saying, hey, it's probably a good idea to pack it up around, make sure I'm on the daily. Somewhere in this region right here. Yep, somewhere in this region right here. So like 93, 94. You start taking another leg down. Yeah, 70's in the cards. Yeah, 70's in the cards. Bears. Bears mollywopping the absolute fuck out of bulls right now. Weekly and daily look bearish. Only good news can save it. Only good news. The environment has got to change. Risk on S has got to come back in an absolute major way. It's not negotiable, man. Like sitting here hoping and wishing and oh please, no. Bitcoin for hey, 70K would be nice. Tell me you're DCAing without telling me that you're DCAing. It's been nothing but good news for crypto, and it's not fixing the movement. We need macroeconomic policy change. Macroeconomic policy change. Quantitative tightening has got to stop. Quantitative easing has got to come back into the forefront. Rates got to get cut. It's got to get cut. It's got to get cut. Do I think ETH is done? I think like long term, no. I think long term the market is going to be done. But what I was saying earlier is when you take a look at the cycles, right? The cycles are always going to be the cycles. You can't do anything about the halving. People are saying that the 4-year cycle is done. No, that's not the case at all. It's just simply been altered. The reason why the 4-year cycle can't be done is because you can't move the halving. So what you can ultimately do is you can have shorter bull runs, right? But the time after the bull run is always going to be the time after the bull run. Year 2 after the bull run is always going to be the halving. And then a year after that, you should start to see price go up. So long term, I don't think anything is done. I just think the duration of your cycles is going to change. I think the timetable stays the same, but I think the duration is going to change. Both ways. Bear markets and bull markets get longer, they could get shorter. But just thinking like everything is the same thing as it was in 2017, nah. well, you know, this happened before in 2020. Did it? Did it really? Because at this point in time in 2020, 2021, we were already like, we were good. That's not the case here. That's not the case. Well, altcoins, you know, they're not really in a bear market. My brother in Christ, they've been down 20+% for 3 going on 4 months. With a small little 24% drop there. That's not it. Where's my date? It's about a month. A month. %, at the worst, 22% currently. No. Nah, bruh. Nah. This is not remotely the same as 2021, and it definitely is not the same as 2017. And that's if you just wanted to go from today. If you wanted to go back to the first peak, it's like 105 days. It's like 2021. Don't know. Anybody, oh, it's the same thing as 2021. This is not the same thing as 2021. 2021, you had a dip of roughly 22%. At the worst, 22% for a month. At the worst here, you're down what? 30%, and it's been currently right now for like, call it 22%, 22.5 for 105 days. We just gonna get online and just tell people anything. Like, come on, man. Dude is wild. Fam. It's, yeah. Damn is right. It's not, this is not, who is telling people this? It's the same. I believe in the next 10 years, Bitcoin will move exactly like the NASDAQ. I agree with you 100%, K Brown. If, relatively, right, relationally speaking, if the same amount of money flows into Bitcoin, yeah. The volatile swings will not happen. We'll all sit here and we'll miss, oh, I missed the day when Bitcoin would swing. Like, as a trader, like, for sure, yeah, man. What? Yeah, I want the volatility. And yeah, the more expensive Bitcoin gets, the more it's going to calm down. You're right. 5% a day would be like, oh, no, Bitcoin crashed. 5%. You know? That's just where we're at. That is just where we are at. I tell you what. I tell you what. I tell you what. That's what you're waiting on right there. This is on the hourly. Let's go to the 4 hour. Because I like my higher time frames. Don Julio, appreciate the follow. Thank you so much, family. Is it wrong that I get more excited when Bitcoin goes down rather than when it goes up? No, not at all. I mean, it probably just says, yeah, I'm probably about to buy some more crypto. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. But you will get to a point where you're like, all right, I done filled my bags. Ready to make some money. I'm just, man, whew. What's the market doing? Nope, that was going flat. Everything is just very like minimal across the board. We're about to get smacked in the mouth tomorrow. George, good to see you, fam. Always good to see you, my guy. How's your Tuesday going? I gotta be honest with y'all, man. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. Everything is very like meh. Barachain has probably been one of the strongest performers over like the last, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks. Excuse me. I have been waiting on a trade setup for Bear, and every time it comes down to that zone, it's like nope, and it goes back up. I'm not liking this. I would say be mindful of what Power Hour 3 to 4 p.m. does. Be mindful of what 8 p.m. does. 3, 8. And for those of y'all that are night owls, tomorrow or like after midnight, pay attention to what after midnight does. H-bar is running. H-bar is not running for me. I'm trying to get H-bar to do something strange for some change, and it's like, no, I don't want to do it. That's wild. No, I don't think she's gonna do it, Captain. Bitcoin. I just shorted Solana Arago, and I think it'll go down 8 to 10%. Let's take a look at Sol. I do believe Sol's going to like 75. And if it goes to 75, it'll probably go to 50. So choppy. Round the bottom though, this one could be good. Right? This could be good. But I'm on the 4 hours, so that could take like 3 or 5 days. Round the bottom, I'm not gonna lie, this could be good. This could be good. I need Trump to talk about tariffs one more time. Today I'm getting a first-class education and keeping the losses to a minimum. When we started, I was down, what, 5%? It came back into profit, and I'm like, oh, I should probably take profits here. No, let's see if it'll run a little more. Now it's down like 35%. That's the equivalent of about 35 G's. Not a great day. But what did I say? That chart, maybe around 50% of that candle on H-bar on the 4 hour, price might come down to. Then maybe it tries to push and go the opposite way. So yeah. User 3932 says Glenn Link is legitimately the second best crypto on the market. It's a dominant player. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Second best, right? Open for interpretation. Is it a player? It is a player. George Orwell with the heart me. Thank you, George. I'm going to need that to buy some lunch today because Lord knows it's not going to come from the trade today. Glenn, you down 30 G's and you just still laughing? Hey, it comes with the territory, man. You're going to be down 30 today. It could be up like 70 tomorrow. Oh, does it suck? Yes. It sucks. What are you gonna do? I'm laughing on stream. I'm gonna get off stream and start crying. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yo, wanna see something? Look at this. It won't stop. Make it stop. So there. Now y'all can be like, hey man, I've seen Glenn in the red before. He is human. He bleeds. He bleeds. Yeah. Yeah. Glenn is human. He bleeds. Jason like, whoa, this dude actually sold himself in the red? I'm about to follow that guy. Cause you never see that. All these traders are like, oh, I always win, blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Oh, I never lose, blah, 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 blah. It's like the Predator. It bleeds. It bleeds. Yeah, man. That is okay, though. We're going to give it till about 1701. I'm going to let you stop me out at 1701. What you going to do, H-Bar? What you going to do? I'm going to tell you something. If this bitch turns around and it goes up double digits. Come on, man. D-Carl, I'm about to clip that. I'm about to put that one on the soundboard. It bleeds. It bleeds. Give me a breakdown on H-Bar I haven't looked into yet. You don't want my breakdown. Clearly, I am wrong. I said this thing is going long, and it was like... No, it's all right. Did pretty well on H-Bar last month, so... Let me tell you what I saw, right? H-Bar... Yo, Baker, that we're going kind of parabolic. Not parabolic. We're going very much uppies. Is it a blockchain? H-Bar? Yeah. H-Bar fooled a lot of people now, for sure. I saw it and I was like, bro, do not do this. Do not do it. But I'm going to tell you what happened. I was breaking down the chart and I originally wanted to be at a take profit at 16,370. And this is why I tell y'all it matters being on as many exchanges as you can. So I'm trying to move money over to the exchange that I wanted to use today. And it was taking a little bit longer than normal, which is saying a lot because it normally literally only takes seconds. So I can see the chart getting primed to move. And I'm like, okay, money got to get here. Like, come on. It gets there. I literally go to punch in the take profit where I want it to be out at. And it starts to move. And it ran fast enough to the point where I'm literally watching what would be the profit. It's not even worth the risk anymore. So I'm like, okay, let's take a look at another zone of where it could potentially go to if it does want to run. And I was saying that 17,787 would be good for me. And I think we reached a point. If I come down here to this 15, right? Down leg, up leg, doesn't take out the high, low gets targeted. Moves up, down leg, up leg, takes out the high. Okay, cool, we're here now, right? Down leg on a turnaround. It's probably gonna be at the 618 or maybe the 50. She's running out of steam on the 15 minute, right? Running out of steam. Sooner or later, she's going to have to turn around. She's going to have to pay Glenn. The question is, do I want to sit in it long enough? Do I want to assume the risk? 5 minute. There's too much noise. There's no real credibility on this. Stay at the 15. Creating a descending channel. Let's look at the 618. Like I said, 50 at the absolute most. If she don't turn around and reverse from there, I don't want it. I don't want it. Boom. This will create the down leg. Now, I'll show you a good turnaround for this. Once this downtrend is complete, when it starts to reverse, if it's moving back up and it does not take out this high, where is price going to go? So we unlocked another unlock today, 156 million tokens. Oh yeah. Shit on Sui. I told people months ago, I said, yeah, if you're buying crypto right now, you're probably working on the 2028 bag. Everyone laughed. I'm like, I'm serious. You're probably working on the 2028 bag. No one said it. If it doesn't crack the high, it's going to take out the low. Wherever this low stops when price moves around. So a way to bail myself out of this P&L for the day is wherever it rolls over, target the low. Target the low. You know, look at Sui, we'll look at Sui. How wild would this be if this was a demand zone? How's my volume here? Kind of mid. That's the other thing I want to go back and because I'm trying to get better at spotting demand zones before the price moves so I can get a better entry. Demand zones, when you catch them, oh my god, chef's kiss. They're fantastic. What do you think about Chronos unburning 70 billion tokens of its 2021 burn? I think it's bullshit. I think it's 100% BS. 100% BS. They should have left that alone. I think they should have left it alone. But I'm going to go back to looking at demand zones and taking a look at the volume to be able to catch better entries on those demand zones. You can write your own ticket. You catch a demand zone at the right time. Ooh, baby. I don't want Trump. Jabari, right? They're just like, yeah, we're gonna remint the 70 billion that we originally told people we were going to burn. Biba, Tampa Bay Homes. What's up, Tampa Bay Homes? How's the market down in Tampa Bay? Do I think Crow's a good project? No. Just my opinion. Don't make any choices off of what I think of any of these cryptos. Why is this not? Come on now. This is weird. Did I push something? This is so. Don't want to do that. Hold on, sports fans. My wheel is not. I couldn't scroll down my list. All is well, definitely a buyer's market. I feel like realtors are always telling people it's a buyer's market. Come on, this is me we talking about, right? Give me the dirty, give me the scoop. There we go. This total 3. Man, shit, total 3. No bueno. See, just did the opposite. Put in a down leg, up leg. Then take out that high. What happened? The low got targeted. Down leg takes out the high. All right. So now we're off to the races. Total 3 could be trying to get ready to run though. That volume picks up, we bust through there. That might actually be beneficial. We might have to sit in this trade just yet. Come on, Total 3. Come on, Total 3. Come on, Total 3. Break out there. Oh, it's the 15-minute though. That's why we'll be good for an intraday trade. How are we looking at 4 hours? Like shit. Ugh. Nope. Validating. Can't do that. Short term, I need you just to push up there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sending broadening wedge. That breakout's gonna be ugly. If this is true, this breakout is gonna be hideous. I need you for the meantime in the short time. Just come on, push out. Well, Glenn, you always could add to your position, go back to profitability sooner, and then get out. Oh, again, do I want to take the risk? Let's look at Sui real fast. I'll figure that out. I'm just kind of going through different trade scenarios in my mind here. And while doing that, I clearly forgot how the alphabet went. Come on. What is this chop that Sui's got going on? 4 hour. Here we go. Where's the liquidity? There. 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 Here. It's going to take that. Here. Here. It's more sideways shit, man. Let's do this. It's not looking real juicy. We're gonna daily. Quarter of an acre lots are 8 to 12,000. Damn. The hell y'all got going on in Tampa? I'm gonna stay my little self here where it's good and cheap. More bang for the buck. I'm not gonna lie, I would think places where they got hurricanes, they'd be a little bit more easy on the price. This to be about a 50, and it is good legitimate retracement. I'm gonna say 3 to 5 days on Sui if it takes that long, because I'm on the 4 hour. Could happen the next 4 hours, could be the next 3 to 5 days. I'd be looking somewhere in this zone right here, 264. Can we get a 20-cent bump on Sui in like 2 days? Let me bring on my bespoke ribbons. He wants to try to curl over and go bullish. For sure. Vivo, I'll be back here tonight. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I feel like Sui definitely wants to try to push up. Sui wants to try to push up. We took out the high, right? Cool. So we're good. We're back short-term bullish. Do you have enough juice to push into this atmosphere over here? Just get me there. I will feel better if all these were aside of one another, but they're not. Is this like a demand zone of sorts? No. No volume spikes here. Trying to find some more confluence here, and I'm not really seeing it right now. What's the 10-year doing? Last time I checked, the 10-year was coming down, which is good. You want that. Where we come down, test this midline here on this RSI, and then push back up. So test RSI is running a little rich. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to be a nice little wait and hold pattern. I think whatever move is going to happen is probably going to happen north of 8 o'clock. North of 8 o'clock. So I'm in a long right now on H bar. I'm gonna hold. Let's go back to H bar here for a second. I said we were going to go to about halfway down to this candle. Right? About halfway. Possibly still could. If I'm being completely honest, we need to close. If this 4 hour does not close above this zone right here, I actually might just cut my losses. Might actually just cut me losses. Let's just do something like this. All right. Something like that. We'll have to wait and see though. Something like that. And the fact that we don't have any more gaps here to this downside, it's interesting. Let's take a look at that XRP gap. That's right. Just to the upside, mate. Just to the upside. What time is Trump speaking tomorrow? Does anybody know? Garcia, will Jesus pay for the genocide of American Indian people? Try to steal Wrong live, homie. I hear what you're saying, but like that ain't, you know, that's sometime before midnight tonight or sometime before midnight tomorrow. Yeah, I got you. D. Carl has been granted moderator powers. Stop playing. Oh, it's a joke. How he's always late. Got you. Yeah, anybody that's, you know, just kind of crazy, getting out of pocket, mute them first, and if they come out of mute and they're still like getting wild, just get them up out of here. Get them up out of here. Gotcha. Yeah, that was wild. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's like, take that power in your own hands, man. That way you ain't gotta wait on nobody else. 3 p.m. Washington time. Okay, 3 p.m. Eastern. Tomato. How we doing? We coming back yet? Oh shit, coming back. Let's go. What? I started thinking around, man. Was provoking some, yeah, for no reason. The past needs to be in the past. Not to hate each other. George, I agree with you, man. It's like, I understand it. I don't want to discount it. I don't want to make it seem like it didn't happen, because things happen. I think I tend to disagree with a lot of people who typically look like me, right? If a group of people wants to atone, cool. But what do I, as a member of the melanated community, look like waiting for that to happen? You know how much opportunity I'm going to miss? I get it. It happened. I recognize it. I'm not going to minimize it. But I'm not going to be walking around, oh, po, woe's me. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I've had to overcome too much to get to the position that I'm in now. And if folks knew the humble beginnings, like, you would understand why my mind works the way that it works. Like, creating a company from the ground up, like literally, not a loan, not an endowment, not a gift. The definition of out the mud. Do I need to have more empathy? I'm sure, yes. But again, you got to understand what I've had to overcome to get here. The sleepless nights, the trial and error, the being baptized by fire. Come on, man. Come on. I lost everything. I had to get it out the mud. Pluto, you feel me? What I look like just waiting. I get it. It happened. It sucked. Ugh, wish it didn't. A part of me is even like, hey, would it be cool if certain things were made to try to make folks whole? Sure. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Am I going to sit around and wait for it? No. Am I going to try to take every single opportunity that I have available to me, some that have to be manufactured, and try to make the best of it? Yes. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares, bro. Winning solves everything. I'm having a bad day, man. Maybe a contract didn't get approved. Whatever. Maybe a trade's not going my way. Nobody cares. Just win. Nobody cares. Work harder. Third cycle, yep. Third cycle. And now we leaving generational wealth from our family. Now listen, if we put in all this work and they muck it up, haunt them forever. No. Haunt them forever. That victim mentality keeps people stagnant. Eric, my God, bro. If Eric was casually just living out his day, looking to take people out who had victim mentalities, he'd just be walking down the street like, gone. Got another one. Got another one. Get that wax off out of here. Yeah. Yeah. He gone too. Come on, man. Do y'all know my frustration when I go into other lives and I try to tell people, they be like, oh, we have no economic inclusion. Like, cool, I get it. I'm not even saying what you're saying is not true. But have you looked over here? Because there's a really good opportunity happening before your very eyes. No. Crypto's a scam. Okay, bye. 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 This just in, you're gonna lose. What? Come on, man. Come on. Paul, I hate XRP, but I do have a bag. A big bag. At least he's honest. I wish I knew about this in 16, 17. I wish I wouldn't have forgot about this in 2014. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'll be streaming from a yacht. I'd probably be so inebriated it's not even funny. Hey Glenn, what's Bitcoin gonna do? Give me a Big Mac and a Coke. No, I said Bitcoin. Oh, okay. You go to the charts. Glenn, you're on Algorand. That's not Bitcoin. What? Someone was born at 15. That's a good era to be born into, right? Right in the thick of it. Excuse me. That's the fours. Let me find out XRP trying to target 225. I was ignorant to all of this. I wish I wouldn't have sold when Bitcoin was at 13K when I bought it at 4K. Oh! Carl, actually, now that you mention that, I remember you telling us about that. I remember that. What's my prediction for BTC at the end of the year? If we don't turn the environment for risk assets back on, it's not looking pretty. I mean, end of the year, worst case. How do you want to do that to y'all, man? It doesn't look great. 70, 60, worst case, best case. My opinion, maybe 120. He says, dude, I'm still crying. It could be worse. You could be pizza guy. It could be worse. You could be the pizza guy. Now, again, those numbers I just gave, that's just my opinion off the top of my head, right? Like, do not make any financial decisions based off that. Are we looking to go long with XRP? Not in the next 5 minutes. No. I feel like we've got like some choppiness going on. Let me jump down here to the 30 minute. How choppy we are, just sideways. Crabbing out. Here, crabbing out. No major move. I think the market's going to wait for tomorrow. There's a lot of uncertainty going in the markets right now. If there was to be a bullish catalyst, right? Look at this volume. It's flat. There's nothing here. All right, you need some of that. Yeah. You want to go long at XRP, you need some of that. Right now, it's not. This is perfect. Oh, I see a target. This is inducement. This is an inducement environment. Right? Composite man makes you think the market's going one way. Psych fakes you out, goes the opposite way, liquidates you. Man, what if that's what happened with me with this H-bar trade? Ooh. I really do got to figure out a way to get out of here because this shit is... I don't like it. That's not the daily. That's not the 4 hour. That's not the hour. Actually, this is already filled. Not even a 15. We're going to play a game called Get Glenn Out of This Trade. We're finding support here. Cool. But we ain't got no... Where did I get into this at? Even Glenn is not impervious to making bad trades. The difference is I just try not to make a habit of it. And it doesn't happen often. Like I said, if I take 10, 7 of them are going to be good. It's that last 3 I'm trying to figure out. 17, 4. Yeah, 17, 5. Oh my god, Glenn, you longed at resistance or yeah, resistance like an idiot. How did I do that? I don't even know how I did that. I'm not even gonna hold you. You couldn't see it right there, right there. Oh my god, Glenn, what the fuck? Yeah, homie, you deserve everything that's happening to you right now. Why would you long at resistance? Y'all don't tell nobody about this. This is not one of my final moments. So it says, how do I connect with you? What's it about? Thoughts on BTC limit order for 77 tomorrow? 77? Whoa! Property lawyer. You trying to give people heart attacks? 77K tomorrow. Hold on. Remember how I told you the market is just like chopping sideways? It doesn't know what it wants to do. Here goes the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. And this is telling us the same thing. If it moves to the upside, 86.1, it's going to liquidate 50 million positions. If it moves to the downside to 84.5, it's going to liquidate 52 million worth of positions. Mentorship, DM me. We'll get something figured out. Won't be the first time, it's not gonna be the last time. DM me on Tiki Tiki Taki, or I don't know if you're on Twitter. Oh, no, that's not what I want. You can DM me here on Twitter as well, at Crypto Glenn. Did y'all see this? Larry Fink says US dollar could lose global reserve status to Bitcoin. What y'all think about that? Where can I see that? Let me get a website. CoinGlass. Actually, if you just go to Google and type in Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and it's on CoinGlass. You want that one right there. The top one. Listen, if Bitcoin goes to 77K, like legit, I'm going on vacation. Like that's it. Pack it up. I'll see y'all in 2028. 77K? Where does 77K come from? What do you know that I don't? K Brown says 100. I'm going on vacation. I will see y'all in 2028. I need you to push up. I need a volume. Everybody go buy $100 worth of H-bar right now. Don't do that. Do not do that. Can I really see 77K? That would almost be like a $10,000 drop. That would be like what? $8,000, $7,000 drop in a day? would be wild. What Bitcoin needs to do, right, is just quit playing. Feel this little spot right here, right? Daily candle close right there. Feel that. That would make me feel good. Shit, let's just go to 86. 85.8, right? Let's go to 86. I'll be okay with that. Was that a gallon of milk? What kind of savage do y'all think I am? A gallon of milk? Oh, it's a water. Who do you know is on live stream facing a gallon of milk? That's crazy work. Hawkman said, Glenn, I know you're a savage, but man, that's woo. Ghost says you streaming on the crypto hearing on the 9th. Is that the SEC roundtable? Hawkman says, yeah, that was my concern. A whole gallon of no. I am not that guy. No, that's crazy work. That's diabolical. All right, in all honesty, for BTC, right? You are kind of forming this ascending channel. Here's what's a little wonky though. It starts out kind of very smallish, kind of blocky, but then this candle, actually came through with some volume. It actually came through with some volume. These don't normally happen and then just go bloop to the downside, right? Sitting hearing about crypto reform regulations. No, Ghost, I did not hear about that. Thank you. Thank you for putting me onto that. I will absolutely look into it. And if I'm around, yeah, I'll definitely stream that. That would actually be really good for the space to hear. Like I said, I want to still unpack that stablecoin bill a little bit more. I'll do that today, and then we'll talk about that tonight. Because that's going to be very, very important. You know, if this were in fact acting as a demand zone, but I feel like this candle would be a little bit too big for all that. Well, makes sense. You're in the right spot. Came down. But then the high you got to take out is right here at 87 and like call it 88. Yeah, call it like 88,000. This 8 look like it's got a drawdown coming. Yeah, property lord. I wouldn't say 77K. That would be wild. If they decide to do no taxes on American crypto, that would be a good thing, right? It could cause a little moving around. So I mean, really just studying an uptrend, which looks really good on the 4 hour. The thing that makes me feel better about this is like the exact opposite of a bearish divergence. Even though volume or price is going up, volume is keeping along with it. So that's really what you want to see. This will get to a point where yes, it does exhaust itself, right? I mean, you came down here on the 4 hour, down leg happened, you created the uptrend that took out the high. That's a good thing. So the likelihood that this low gets targeted, while it's not impossible, it's just not probable. Not in the immediate future. If you wait another hour and 59 minutes, pay attention to how this candle closes, right? If it's wiki, kind of par for the course, not anything to worry about. If it ends up in a doji, doesn't necessarily mean that there's a reversal that's going to happen, but it does mean that, okay, there's a little bit of indecisiveness that's going to come over the next candle. The next candle is what you want to pay attention to. If this turns into a big meaty vector candle, meaning it's a solid push down, no wicks, and it closes like down here, could be signaling a reverse is coming. So this is the part of the game, right, where the overall market's kind of going sideways. You go to a higher time frame, you're taking a look at how the candles are closing. This is why it's important to know what type of candle close, what does it mean, and how does it have an effect on the next candle. So you might actually be moving out of an area where gaps aren't enough, where trend line analysis isn't enough. You actually need to be paying attention to how the candles are closing, in what fashion they're closing, and what does that exactly mean. And also pair that with, say, like a fib as well as volume. That may be offering you more value. Last week was all gaps. It was all trend line analysis. It was find the demand zones, find the supply zones, and you can make the trades based off that. This market, at least today, given it's Tuesday, the market this week could be a little bit more difficult to trade. And so traders, you need to be aware of that. You got to be mindful of that. Got to be mindful of that. Yeah, bad for who's ever living in Dubai, but good for Americans. I mean, they're gonna. What's up, Pack Rat? How you doing? They're gonna try to make that market more favorable for people to, to come here to America, to businesses to come here to America. It went to 78 last month. Yeah, no, I feel like that move will be a little bit too strong in such a short time period. The other thing is, right, none of these candles really represent any indecision. Well, we did have a doji here. This doji was just kind of to signify and tell us, like, hey, indecision, don't necessarily know if sellers want to continue. We might have a little bit of relief rally, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. And it's just like, pretty standard candles. The 2.5 weeks that followed. I think ideally what you don't want to see happen is this candle gets smaller. Do I have volume on here? Right? You don't want to see this candle get smaller, maybe close like in a doji-like fashion that you had here, and then volume not come along with it. Because if that happens, that's going to be all bad. Could represent farther push down to the downside. So if you mean on a longer time frame, could 77, 78 happen? Yes. But like tomorrow, probably not. Probably not. Altcoins are at such a discount right now. They are. I think the hidden danger in buying alts, especially right now, is we just don't have the risk on environment. And so when I've told people this, right? Like, I'm not different. I've told people this. Dollar cost averaging, for me, I think represents a plausible strategy. But you have to know what kind of overall macro environment that you're in. If you're in an uptrend, and you're dollar cost averaging, sure, that makes sense. It makes sense. But when the market is flipped from bullish to bearish and you're buying the dip and dollar cost averaging, essentially what you're doing is you're catching a falling knife. And what people normally see happens is they run out of money before the dips stop. So whenever you hear people say like buy the dip or dollar cost average is over a longer period of time. Buying the dip, you got to make sure that you're in an uptrend and not necessarily a downtrend. Because buying the dip in the downtrend turns into catching falling knives, and then before you know, you're like, oh no, I'm out of money, but the market keeps dipping. So you got to be very, very methodical about where you buy and sell, essentially. So potentially in a month, maybe we've got to wait and see how these next few weeks candle closes, how they turn out. 17.1. Yeah, I think we're gonna get ready to cut our losses on this H bar long. Yeah. Yep. I told everybody Jerome Powell had all the power 3 months when he still does. Hey, listen, man, as far as I'm concerned, Jerome Powell is Hefe. He is. That man is the maker and the destroyer of portfolios. He really is. People looking at Powell like he don't make stuff happen. Their lowers rates, cryptos will rally. Problem is, how much further down will they be by then? Exactly. Exactly. So even if you say you buy up here, but by the time he cuts rates down, think about it. So when you go down 50%, you got to do 100% just to get back to even. So if you've been buying up here, but then he cuts rates down here, yeah, it might rally, but it's not like you're capturing all this upside potential. You would have had to seen the kind of environment that you're in to say, essentially time the bottom, which is hard to do. CR bill wasn't passed. That was literally passed to be Trump's whole agenda. What do you mean, Ghost? This could be turning into a 3 black crows situation. Yeah, no tax on the whole American crypto deal. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't think the Bulls have it right now. Well, I think that's going to do it for the H-bar trade. Coolio, wait for that to execute, and then we'll get back in and we'll just wait for the next setup. Constituents all over the country will go bananas. They will say crypto, not even anything else. It's not happening. They would be isolating a lot of people. Then American companies would be like, what about us? It sounded good. We'll have to wait and see. I was actually hoping that that was going to be in his tax plan, but I've been taking a look at some of the bills that have been kind of circulating, what they want to put in there, and it hasn't been in there. It is not in there. All right, folks, it is 2:10. I got to grab some food. I got to crack open these charts, do some more research. If I see anything that looks juicy, I'll definitely be sure to update y'all via Twitter. Outside of that, we'll be back on tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, gearing up for tomorrow. Dennis, man, I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's take a look at the top viewers. My guy, DiCarlo, Jabari, Pluto, user 3932, Neo, Dennis, Eric, Milestone, I'm sorry, Mr. Gorshouse, Sammy G, Chillionaire, Faton, Tommy, who's gonna say Tommy? David, cannot say that one on TikTok. Can't say that one on TikTok. Dazo, Toy Trader, My Scoop 73, Maria the Great, love that name. Vietnam Farms 1965, Camarda 979, Roger That, Bless, PL. Again, y'all go ahead and pick up her book. If you are getting today's giveaway on the book, where is it? There it is. There it is. There we go. DM me. I know I have the names here at the top of this live stream, so if I need to go back and review it, I will. But again, if you want, DM me, and we'll work out a way to get it out to you. Devil Dogs 1975. Man, Devil Dogs snuck it. I didn't even see you in here, family. Appreciate you for being here. Always good to see you. Texas Mindset at Mike Miller, passionate about life. Love that name. King Trey, BK, Rick D83, Maxter Max, Wade B, Phoenix Sun Shield Mold Removal. All right, we got a business in the house. Okay, cool. And who else? My guy Deuces Wild. Good to see you, Deuces Wild, as always. Appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to come hang out with me, and I appreciate it. So, with that being said, I will see you fine, beautiful people tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for live number 2. Questions before then, DM me on TikTok or Twitter, or just leave a comment in the most recent video on my profile. And I will see y'all folks later. Appreciate y'all. DJ, come on now. Hit that outro. What's going on? Is he on lunch? The DJ, where's he at?
Hey, Joe, come on.
Peace out, man.
We're going to be late for the Crypto Blend live stream. Call Barack and Michelle, see if they're going to tune in and watch. We can see him chart Doggy Moo coin.
Here we go.
This is the best president of the United States, Donald Trump, and when I'm not putting high tariffs into place, I'm watching Crypto Glenn. Only Dicky Duck.
We are late. The Crypto Glenn live stream has started without us. You fail me yet again, Starscream.
Jeez, I'm excited about this.
You're watching the Crypto Glenn nightly stream. Real Alpha, Glenn, can you chart Doggy Moo Coin for me?
I'm too old for this shit.
You know what time it is when you hear this, right?
Let's get